So we are entering a really critical part of the course right now. Like, this is kind of a critical moment because we kind of walked through all these misconceptions that we have about happiness. You know them now, right? Just a quick reminder. Happiness is not about money. It's not about material possessions. It's not about grades in the way you think. We get our leisure wrong. We're spending too much time on social media and screens, et cetera, et cetera. We saw some of the reasons why the stuff that we think makes us happy doesn't make us happy, right? We learned about hedonic adaptation. We learned about social comparison. We saw that our attention is pretty sucky and we need to regulate it better. And then we looked at all the things that really do make us happy. Things like social connection, things like doing nice things for other people, other behaviors like having more fun, getting flow, engaging with all your character strengths. Simple things like exercise and sleep and time affluence. And then we saw ways that we can regulate our thoughts to feel happier. We saw that we need to fight our inner critic and that there are ways we can do that there are ways we can be kind to ourselves and engage in self-compassion. There are ways we can talk to ourselves with distant self-talk, or with kind of using this wise observer, which will make us a little bit happier, allow us to regulate our emotions. We saw that things like expressive writing can help us get our anxieties down on paper so that they don't kind of keep bugging us. And then we saw ways that we can regulate things like our mindsets, right? So that we can believe in ourselves in ways that actually affect our outcome in truly unexpected ways. We also saw that we can regulate our feelings, that we shouldn't be pushing bad feelings away. There's ways to sit with them and allow them. And that we need to kind of pay attention to our empathy gap that we have for when we're not really feeling ourselves and we're in these hot states. And finally, we saw that we can regulate our fight or flight system. And sometimes just with our breath, we can get our body back into a state that we want to deal with. So we've seen all this stuff. And so now you know how to regulate your behaviors, your thoughts, and your feelings. You know what you should be doing. But I hope we're hearkening back to something we saw, like, now you know, and knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe, right? We remember our G.I. Joe fallacy. We think that knowing is half the battle, but it is not. We need to do other things beyond knowing to put this stuff into practice. And that's where we're transitioning in the class. We're going to say, okay, now you all know what you're supposed to do, but that's not the whole battle. How do you actually do these things? What are some hacks that we can engage in that will help you all put these strategies into practice? And that's what the next set of videos and the next set of lectures are about.